Good Sunday afternoon, everybody. You can see here, I don't know if you can see a couple drops in the windshield, but we're just out kind of scraping around, trying to clean up the yard. I got a huge wet spot in front of the doors of my shop, so trying to get that taken care of and pulled out and let it air out and dry out and all those things. But yeah, I'll just show you what we're using here. We got this high-end 3-point blade that we scabbed together. I think it was an Alice blade originally, and then of course the system for picking up where the Alice 2-point is different, so I'll just scab that together, make it fit the 3-point hitch. You see that there? But the purpose of today's video isn't, there's my wet spot, she's deep, everything kind of funnels through this yard right here, down and out, and but the purpose of the video today was to show you guys what I have come up with for a solution on electric brakes on a semi. Now let's pick up the pace and get over to the semi, and we can start explaining it to you. You see the old Big Eagle single axle. I put fenders on the back and mud flaps on it finally. But let's jump out here and explain to you what we did to fix it. So, I had gone through 3 brake controllers. And the last one that I went through actually was going to start on fire, like I burnt my finger on it. So when you sit down and you read the directions, what you're supposed to do when you install stuff like this, it tells you that it needs its own ground. So we went with a Reese this time. I've tried other brands. This was the last one that we had on here, and it was from Princess Auto. And you can see it was at the point when it was going to light on fire. Was starting to melt there, and I could smell plastic burning in the truck and all kinds of bad stuff. So anyway, excuse the mess. I have I've changed the connections that I use. I usually use a shrinkable connection like the butt connectors, but I've now switched over to a different style where it's just the metal butt connectors and you put your own shrink wrap on them. But anyway, the purpose of the video. So, I would hook up a brake controller and it wouldn't work. Or it would tell me that the ground was bad, or there was a negative terminal on a brake that was bad. All kinds of codes were coming up. So what I've done to eliminate that is I actually have followed the directions and run a purpose ground. The ground for the negative is now run straight to the battery. And that is the key, and it's worked flawlessly since. Not a lick of heat, no problems, no nothing. In tying on, you need a solid power supply, which is your gray or your black wire, which is my power supply, which is good. You need a signal from your brake line, which I've taken out of the steering column, that says the brakes are on, and that's the weakest link I have right now. As you can see, it's just one of those crimp connectors that just crimps through the line and makes the connection. Yeah, and then a dedicated line run for out to the brakes in your plug, and a ground. So anyway, I'll jump out here and show you. I run it through the frame, tied it in where I could, and like I said, it's got its own, I'm just going to sit down for a second. It's got its own ground. So I just, so yeah, now you can see, oops, sorry, you got to see it's got its own ground. So I just went through, I cleaned up all my connections, I sprayed them down with some protectant, and hopefully the truck's better off for it. You can see I gotta spray some more grease or lube or something on it to protect them. And but yeah, just take the time, run your own ground, and you should eliminate any problems that you might have with electric brake controllers, because I know they're a pain in the butt. So hope everybody's having a great day. It's starting to sprinkle here, so hopefully we get some hay loaded out here quickly before it starts to rain, and we'll go from there. Have a great day.